Hello and welcome again to another episode of NRIs Got Blatant. We have Monisha with us here.
Hey everyone!
Monisha, wasn't it fun talking about pocket money and
Yes.
how we handle dating?
Yep. It brought back so many memories for me.
Yeah.
It was so
Are you
much
ready
fun.
to talk about financial habits? Maybe what's good, what's bad, how partners handle it, and who takes responsibility of it, and how soon can we kind of talk about this?
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think? Actually, interesting take. You've had an arranged marriage.
Right.
So how soon in your conversations did you and your partner discuss money, or did you even discuss money and how to handle it?
It's a different scenario with arranged marriages. It's your parents talk to their parents. They are the ones having the money talk. It's not me per se, like directly talking to my fiance about like his salary, but that's already been talked about by the parents, and they're choosing the matches in the same tax bracket.
So what you're talking about is more like a financial match versus a mismatch.
Exactly.
But what I'm wondering is, have you ever had the conversation of how you each individually treat money? How does he like to spend his money? Does he like to budget? Does he like to just free flow it and take it as it goes? How do you like to spend money? Did you guys have that chat?
We were so young to be talking about future at that time, but over time, like talking to each other, we got to know that we both like to spend a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even till date, like both of us, we
Yeah.
are just spending
You're just
money away.
spenders.
Yeah. Buying whatever we want.
Yeah.
I just feel like a kid with adult money right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
So, but that means that honestly, if you look at it, you guys didn't have the talk
Not
at all.
really,
It's
not
just,
really,
It
yeah.
just clicked for you. What would you suggest though to the younger generation? Do you think they should talk about it?
Definitely. It's so important because money is not everything, but it lets you do things that you want to do and the lifestyle that you want to live. So it is really important for you all to like figure that out early on in relationships. I am lucky, like things have worked out for me where we're able to live comfortably right now. But it's so important to talk about this with your partners and know where they are at with budgeting and how much they're saving per month. And have they invested the money somewhere? Because stuff is expensive now.
Yeah. So how do you guys handle it if both of you are spending?
We're just spending away and trying our best.
So which one of you handles like investments or like?
I feel like I am the one doing.
You're the one doing
yeah,
that?
a little bit, like 1% better than
Yeah.
my husband.
Yeah.
But at least like especially now having a daughter, like having a child, like I have to think about her future too. So we started investing in stocks and properties. And
So you're
stuff
the one
like
who's
that.
taking
Yeah,
ownership
it's me.
of.
Yeah. Now I
Yeah.
have become serious in
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Definitely a turning point with
Exactly.
Mithila.
Yep. What about you in your relationship? Who's the spender? Who's the saver?
Again, I think both of us are spenders. we love spending money.
Yeah.
In fact, when I told my mom about my husband and when we were like, okay, this is the guy I'm going to marry, you know how they do the jatakam mismatch, right?
Yeah.
My mom did that and then she told me, oh, the guy who looked at your jatakam, both of yours, he said that you guys shouldn't get married because you will both spend all of your money and you'll be on the streets. I said, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
If we're on the streets, we're on the streets.
Together, yeah.
We're together, but we're getting married. But yes, he was kind of right though. We do spend a lot. Both of us are spenders, I feel like. If you're talking about who thinks more about financial stuff and savings and stuff, I feel like that's his strength. I do think about it, but I think he's much stronger in the area than I am, and
Right.
I let him, like, I feel
Right.
like, okay, take it. The strengths I bring to the table are different. I'm going to let you rule this area, right? And I think it's a partnership too, like we consult and talk about it, but there's always one person stronger in the area than the
Right.
other. So I'm okay
Yeah.
leaving
No, I
that.
wish my husband's stronger in that department because I am stressing out
Yeah.
so much now that I have to think about the future.
Yeah.
It's been really stressful for me.
I think I should ask my husband if he's stressing out.
Right. You should.
He
Check on him.
probably
Check on him. Yeah.
Right? Do you think your parents have similar spending and saving habits?
No, both of my parents, they are very strict with money.
Okay.
They're very wise with money. And
So they're
because
the same then?
They are the same. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I feel like my parents are different. I think my dad is easier with spending. My mom is stricter. But then my dad has the focus on financial savings and stuff. My mom is more the general, typical Indian mom where she'll invest in jewelry and stuff like that.
Right.
I wonder how that impacted their relationship with them being...
Yeah.
Also in the previous generation, I think it was a given that the father is...
the breadwinner, the dad.
and the saver and
Yep.
thinking about the
Yep.
future. How do you think it is in the
Current
younger
generation?
Yeah.
I feel like it's equal, like equal stakes.
Yeah.
Everyone's earning, men, women, both of them are the breadwinners of the family. So I feel like, yeah, especially if you are wanting to get married, you need to have this budget talk.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago, like I was pretty dumb. Like I never brought it up. Luckily, things have worked out for me. Again, this is a conversation like I have with my husband too. Like both of us talk frequently. Say one of us passes away. What's next? I don't know. I don't know like how to save. I mean, I don't know where his investments or where his savings are.
Okay.
I don't know like how to live life after.
Oh,
so
wow.
we've been working on a plan like
Okay,
where
yeah.
something happens to one of us, the other person knows like where to invest, where's the money at, which bank account.
Yeah, there's a term for it, right? They call it estate planning.
I think so. Yeah.
I've seen it on social media where it's like they say estate planning is where you plan with your family or with your
Exactly.
partner
Yep.
so that everything is consolidated and you know the other person is. I think we're thinking a lot about that nowadays too.
Exactly, because you never know. Life is so short, and
Yeah.
especially having kids, my life has changed so much. Like now I think about all these things. Like earlier I was so spontaneous, I was living life on the edge, but now like I have to be prepared. Like what if something happens to one of us?
Yeah.
What is my baby gonna get? So it's like added pressure.
Yeah, I think it's a really important conversation to have. And I feel like for us, I think we didn't really identify how soon into the relationship we would talk about it, but we are talking about it now.
Exactly.
So maybe we'll ask our audience.
Yep.
How soon do you think in a relationship one should bring up the money question? When should you talk about financial habits and see whether you're aligned with each other? Let us know in the comments below. And give us a call. Give us a call and talk to us if you have any questions about this.
Hi, I'm Charan. I am from New York. I am 27 years old. I have an MBA from an Ivy League school and a great tech job. I am engaged to my fiance who is also Indian. One day when we were hanging out at my apartment, she saw the monthly statement of my MBA loan. The loan was for almost 200k and it kind of freaked her out. I feel like it's not a huge number and I can clear it before we are married, but she seemed super upset. She now wants to see all of my wealth records and understand my wealth health. This makes me feel like she doesn't trust me and I want to break off the engagement. Is it a red flag?
First thoughts.
You know, all I could think of when he was saying 200k for an MBA, you could get like a small condo for that price.
Exactly.
Or like a full home for that
Yeah.
price in some places. That's all I could think about. First of all, student loans are not the same for me anymore.
Yep.
But also, it's fair to want to know a person's financial situation overall before tying yourself to them. The conversation is important, but I'm not sure how that's going to be navigated.
Right. Education is priceless, you know, like he's spending 200k for the right reasons, you know. If he spent that on something else, say he's gambling somewhere in Vegas or, you know, he's spending on vacations, that's when it makes sense for the girl to be a little skeptical about it. But I feel like 200k for MBA, like in America, that's pretty normal right now.
I mean, that is, it's very common for people who want to go that route, that is the expenditure that they would. And he said it was an Ivy League school and he also got a good tech job and he's going to pay it off. It's not that he spent the money for the wrong reasons. It's just, what if the girl has come from a very different background where she didn't have access to that kind of finances, that kind of education or exposure or the option to even do that, and she maybe struggles to even live a very basic life.
Right.
And then now she's tying herself to this guy who has a very different take on finances, on life, and what he will spend for what. So it kind of makes sense to make sure that they are in alignment, right?
Right.
Otherwise, at the end of the day, I feel like they would have a lot of arguments about this.
And if you're gonna get married and if you guys gonna be together, I feel like it's okay for him to share his wealth, health.
Yeah.
Like the caller said, like I think it's okay to talk about credit scores and where they stand with their finances, because end of the day, it's gonna be their money together. Like
when you try to go buy a house, you have to submit your social security and they'll hit your thing and they'll give you a credit score. Banks have an easy way of knowing whether you can pay them back.
right.
Do humans have an easy way? of knowing how the other person spends money.
No, I wish.
Fico, come up with a credit score to evaluate human spending. For humans to understand, not for lenders. I think we could use that, right? Partner with Hinge, Shaadi.com and other such apps and provide this credit score option to all women, men, all of them. I think it's important to know how people treat their finances.
Absolutely.
I think that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Easy way to know. You don't need to expose all of your records to this person. But there should be a scoring system where you can tell, this person spends and has this
Same
kind of
in
thing.
this case too, in our caller's case. I feel like he should share like what other debts does he have, because I feel like it's important to know the debts. Like you don't want to go into a marriage hiding your debts.
Caller, thank you so much for calling, but I love that you spend your money wisely on education. That's a great thing and we support that. I don't think it's a red flag that the girl wanted to understand your financial situation better, because she may have a different background from you. I think you need to have a more open and honest conversation with her about it. I think that's what we were thinking about it. But yeah. Oh, audience, if you have some different advice for the guy, please let us know in the comments below.
Hi, I'm Hasini. I'm from Colorado. I came here for my master's to US and I've been dating this guy and he's just got his first job. He lives in a very basic apartment and, doesn't even have a bed frame for his bed. He just sleeps on a mattress, has like one plate, one spoon and a fork. That's how he lives. But then last week he went out and bought a $50,000 BMW. I feel he can obviously afford it, but that means that he cannot upgrade his life after this. So now he drives a BMW but lives in a shitty apartment. I'm not thinking of a future with this guy and absolutely I will break up with him because I feel this is quite an irresponsible behavior and our financial habits are not really aligned. But I don't know. What do you think? Is this a red flag?
Okay, what do you think? Green flag or a red flag?
I feel like a lot of Indians want to drive BMWs because it's a status symbol. And so in that way, that's like a red flag to me. If your finances are not in order, going and spending on that expensive of a car is kind of a red flag. But then also, what if it was a dream as a kid to have a BMW and the first chance that the person got, they wanted to fulfill that dream for themselves. So I'm like, they don't owe an explanation to anyone about how they want to sleep versus what they want to drive. So it's kind of like both ways for me. For the girl, I think she's very clear that she wants to break up. She's not into this and this is not her. I think she already knows what her financial habits are like and what she doesn't like to tolerate.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear for her. For her, it's a red flag, apparently.
Yeah. I agree and I respect the caller's judgment.
Yeah.
Personally, in my opinion, if your quality of life at home is so bad, but you go on a whim and buy a fancy car, it only screams that he's financially responsible. So that's a red flag in my opinion. Because it's like you want to show off. Like I see it as kind of a show-off-ish behavior.
Yeah, it's a status symbol for most people,
exactly.
right?
Like maybe you want to show off. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's your childhood dream that you want to buy a car and drive a BMW. That's fine. Like you're earning your money. And like the caller said, like he's able to afford that. So might as well like go enjoy the life. But personally, I would not be spending on a car.
Yeah.
I would furnish my house first because that's important to me. Maybe for
wouldn't
him,
give him-
he's content with his little bed and a spoon
Maybe
and a
he
fork.
spends more time on the road than at home.
Makes sense.
It's possible.
Or he's filming reels in the car like me. Or it's a tax write-off, you know.
Yeah.
You never know.
I think it's very relative. Yeah, there is a common status symbol attached to a BMW car in general with Indians. But I think everyone is at liberty to spend their money however they wish.
Exactly.
And this is part of that. Yeah, I personally wouldn't.
I personally would not either.
But yeah,
because
kudos to you, man.
it comes like borderline show-off-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to show off to his Indian friends that he's buying a BMW.
Yeah. Is there a world in which this could be totally acceptable?
Maybe he's creating content for BMW or
maybe he's a luxury Uber driver.
That's an investment in that case. Like he could be making so much more money.
Yeah, like all the bells and whistles and you make a lot of money over that. That could totally
justify. Or he
justify.
rents his car out for shoots or Turo.
He's on Turo and he just wants to use the car to rent it out and maybe he's using it as an investment. What if that's the case? What else? What else could be?
Content creator car renter.
What else could you do with an expensive BMW car? Let us know in the comments below. What
Sound
else?
off in the comments.
Give this guy some ideas so that the girl thinks he's financially more responsible.
But as for our caller, I feel like she
Yeah.
already made up her mind that she wants to break up with
Yeah.
him. And that's fine. Like if you think that he's being financially responsible, and that's fine. Like, yeah.
If you think that your financial habits are
Don't
not
match. Yeah.
are mismatched, then I think it's a mismatch anyway. So
yeah, it's not going to work out in the future
Yeah.
anyway. So I feel like, yeah, go ahead with the breakup. and-
Yeah, that's what I would say. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kirti. I'm 26 years old and I'm from New Jersey. And I have a girlfriend who is almost my age, like slightly younger. We've been dating for a year now. This entire year, I thought she was super broke. And I paid for everything. I mean, she never asked me to, but I always just paid for stuff because she made me feel like she was broke. Yesterday, I found out that she is loaded. Like, her father has a bungalow in Jubilee Hills in Hyderabad, and they have a very nice house in North Carolina, and some condos in the Bay Area. Like, that's a lot. But she always made me feel like she's broke, so I feel a bit used. She's known to be stingy, like, her friends always tease her about that, but I thought it was because she was broke. Well, apparently she is 10 times richer than I am, and now this is bothering me. Should I confront her? I mean, is this a red flag?
I understand Kirti's concerns, but at the same time, you're telling me that her girlfriend's dad and family has the money. I'll just share my example. Like, my parents could be well off in India, but when you're in America, you're not taking money from them. You're your own here. So maybe her parents are rich and she's broke and she's actually telling you the truth.
If she's stingy by nature, then maybe she's just stingy. Could just be that the stinginess takes over when she doesn't have.
That could be true too.
She
yeah.
I mean, stingy people in general, like even if you have money, you don't want to spend it. And then if you're broke, imagine being stingy and broke.
Yeah.
Interesting thing is we don't know at what scale she's been having her girlfriend spend. For her. Was it just like meals? Was she making her get her like expensive gifts, paying her rent, living with her instead of getting her own place?
Right.
There are so many levels here.
Exactly. Like, how much is she using you and for what?
Is she just not picking up the check more often than you are?
You are. Yeah. Again, that's what the caller was asking, right? Like, if she should confront her, I would say yes, you should, because this doesn't. The minute you have this doubt in your head and you're calling us to ask us, it's bothering you. So
Yeah, I mean, we love that you call us.
Yeah,
we love talking to you.
Keep calling.
But also call the other person.
Right.
And I think it's fair enough to ask why they hid this information from you and why they are behaving that way. Maybe that would give you a more insight into how they operate. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Should they confront them? Is it fair what the girlfriend has done? What would you do? Let us know in the comments below.
What did you think about our callers today?
I think the common pattern for all the calls was communication and at what point you communicate. I think it's an important conversation to have, guys. I think, okay, so let us know in the comments below, how soon do you think people should discuss financial habits and financial goals in a relationship? And how important is it to be similar? And how can you make it work if you're different, but then you're still in love and you want to make this work together? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you. See you next time.
Meeting the parents is definitely a big step.
They have been dating for 20 years.
Yeah.
Since high school.
Yeah.
And the parents don't know.
Because your parents are going to beat the crap out of you
like
if you tell
you've
them
been
you met
dating
in
in
high
high
school.
school.
I know my mom would like literally beat the crap out of me.
Mid-chat, she casually said we should probably choose your new first name for after marriage.
It's just a cultural thing, not a religious thing.
Why?
Her parents are insisting that I call them mommy, daddy, or something of the sort once we get married.
If the roles were reversed, if she didn't want to say it and he was insisting that she should do it, then what would you think?
I'm always team women.
So her parents just brought 6 uninvited guests to the dinner. These guests are not even going to be in the final wedding ceremony.
6 members is nothing. Expect hundreds of thousands of guests at your wedding.
It's a more of a cultural shock.
Just watch some Bollywood movies, John.
Yeah, it has become increasingly more difficult for marriage to be between two families.
Somewhere the boundaries cross, you know, where the parents get or the in-laws get too comfortable. It's like invading your personal space.